Namaste, yogis. Hi, I'm Annie Carpenter. I teach Smart Flow Yoga, and I'm based here in Venice, California. I teach at the Exhale Center for Sacred Movement, but I also teach all over the planet. So today I thought we'd talk a little bit about pranayama. And I think most of you know prana is usually translated as breath, but I think a sort of more accurate meaning is kind of vitality or the life force that courses through us. So it's a little bit bigger meaning than just breath. We might even say that the breath kind of drives the prana. That's the prana part. Yama is generally translated as control or mastery sometimes. So here we are working with a series of techniques, and there's lots of different kinds of pranayama. They're really fun to explore. One of the first pranayama techniques that we learn when we first start doing yoga is often called Durga. And Durga is this amazing, powerful goddess who's based in southern India, and she's very interesting. She is kind of like the female counterpart to Ganesha, the elephant god. But one of the things that's interesting about Durga is that not only does she help you clear the obstacles, but she brings obstacles up for you so that you know what you have to work on, right? So she's a little bit in your face. And the Durga breath is a way of looking at basically the three parts of the body and really learning how to pay attention to the full geography, the full inner landscape of the body, using the breath as kind of an internal scope to see what's going on. There's two ways of doing Durga three-part breath. What we often teach with beginners is inhale belly, inhale into the midsection, inhale into the top section, which is really helpful for helping beginners expand the breath. Really helpful. And I think beginners can do that for years. Eventually working with the breath in the opposite direction, so inhale chest, inhale midsection, inhale into the lower body, will connect us to how the breath actually works physiologically. Right when we inhale, the diaphragm moves down, drawing the breath down. And when we exhale, the diaphragm moves up and the breath moves up and out. So it's more accurate, and I think over time it will help you get a fuller understanding of your breath and a more constant connection with the breath, which is what we want. So let's just try real briefly, just a couple of rounds of Durga for the beginner. So again, the idea of starting at the belly. So see if you can do this with me. You can lie down, you can sit. I would recommend closing your eyes. It's just easier to pay attention. So please exhale all the breath out of your body. And then just your belly. Inhale fully into the belly. Let the belly expand. And then slow, exhale all the breath out. And you might just gently hug the belly towards the spine to make sure you're really exhaling completely. Then again, inhale into the belly. This time, inhale into the midsection of the body. You'll feel the side ribs expand. Exhale the ribs and exhale the belly. Try to get all the breath out. Three-part breath. Inhale belly. Inhale up into the side ribs. Now let the breath move all the way into the top chest, all the way up to the corners under the collarbones. And then exhale the chest and exhale the ribs and exhale the belly, right? And repeat. All right, so that's the simple cycle of basic Durga. And I recommend that you do that in the beginning of your practice, especially in the morning, especially early in the morning before you've had tea or stuff like that, whatever thing you do in the morning to wake you up. See if you can let the breath wake you up. So I hope you'll try this of the most basic forms of Durga three-part breath. And if you can do 10, 15, 20 rounds of it even, real slow. And always feel free to pause in between rounds and take what we call like the baby breath. So do a full Durga round and then take a couple of easy breaths and then come back to Durga. And when this gets really, really comfortable, I invite you to try the opposite direction of Durga, where you inhale chest first, move it down into the middle and down into the belly, and just observe how it's different for you, right? Again, pranayama is about observation, about paying attention in more and more subtle ways. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening. Namaste.